Ladies and gents, welcome back. And if you were just watching, you would have seen Revenge take that upper bracket final 2-0. We are joined by Shoobie. Shoobie, what a series, man. Did you expect it to be that close?
Not at all, to be honest. I mean, going into it, no, we didn't expect it to be like that. But to be honest with the way that we were playing, and kind of our attitude during the games, then yeah, it was kind of obvious at some point we were going to slip up because I mean, you've probably seen the auto snipers, etc., come out, for example.
I did want to touch on it, yeah.
Yeah, and stuff like that. You know, if you're gonna if we're gonna be playing like that and playing with that kind of attitude, we should be prepared for things to not go our way in certain areas. So yeah, that's essentially what happened.
Yeah, definitely. I don't feel like I even really need to ask, but was that just a rogue buy 2 rounds in a row from Yelm, or was that just something that he was like, guys, I'm doing this? I assume that wasn't a strat.
Anybody that knows Yelm, and especially in the context of that game, knows that it wasn't it wasn't an accidental buy, put it like that.
Oh,
I mean, he's not accidentally buying it on T side and then randomly on CT side accidentally buying it. It's definitely intentional.
Okay, so obviously I don't want to put too much pressure on that, but that did break your guys' economy a little bit. Like we saw you guys having to save around it a couple of times. Do you feel like that is part of? Again, I don't want to put too much pressure on Yelm. It's like, oh, how dare you like get your team into overtime? But do you feel like that is what allowed them to be able to pull through some of these rounds because you weren't fully committed into them like you would have been?
Well, it doesn't help. I wouldn't say it was the only reason, and I wouldn't say it was a major reason, but it's a reason that doesn't help. It's something at the end of the day, us being sloppy and us being cocky, and we got punished for it. You know, we didn't get punished as hard as we could have. At the end of the day, we still won, which is a benefit. But it was something that it can't be happening. We shouldn't be doing, and it's kind of just. I can't really think of the word right now, but it's not the best thing to be doing. Put it like that.
No.
So yeah, I mean, to be honest, there was more issues. I couldn't really hold my mouse for that whole second game. They would run into B and B split us and kill us every single time.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't trade out effectively. We've gone over retake B stuff, and we didn't retake B at all on Vertigo. On Overpass, it was understandable the score was like that because we don't really play Overpass, so we don't really mind that. But Vertigo was kind of a disappointing match, put it like that.
So is Vertigo one of those maps that you guys have been practicing quite a bit? Is that kind of in your map pool, would you say? Because obviously it's kind of a rarity for not only UK teams, but also like teams in Europe to play that map. We've seen like more tier 1 teams, and obviously with Endpoint picking up quite a lot as well. Is that something that you guys are trying to like kind of staple yourself on? Is it Vertigo?
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing it since TLR got third out of LAN by playing Vertigo.
Oh, wow.
Okay. A while back. We've picked it up since then, basically, and played it through the multiple iterations. With Liam coming into the team, we've been playing it a bit as well. We haven't really had a chance to practice much recently with him coming back yet. Still not really an excuse, but it's just, we are a bit rusty on our Vertigo, but Vertigo is a map we do tend to play. And I mean, you sort of mentioned Europe, but even if you just want to look more specifically in terms of UK, it's looking like it's starting to become a bit of a UK map as well. So it's definitely interesting to see how that dynamic's playing out.
Yeah, I like to see it more, and I feel like it's a fun map to watch, especially if teams have those kind of set plays, which we saw you guys kind of trying some of that stuff. Obviously, as you said, it wasn't as crisp as you would have liked, but it was still the map victory nevertheless. Now, moving forwards, obviously into Big Fest and moving into the actual finals, I assume obviously the confidence it's got to be relatively high, right?
I like that during that. I heard confidence is really high. Sorry, can you repeat that?
Would you think moving forwards that your confidence is relatively high moving into the finals and for the rest of the event?
Yeah, I think confidence was a bit too high today, put it like that. So confidence isn't an issue with us.
It turned from confidence to cockiness, do you think?
Yeah, there's a fine line. Something that we've spoke about for a while in our team, and it's something that we need to review and reevaluate where we step on that line. But yeah, confidence isn't an issue.
Awesome, that's good to know. And just to touch on just one more thing with Divergent as well. So obviously they put up a good fight. Do you expect to be seeing them at the final with you? Do you feel like they can take the lower bracket?
I wouldn't put it past them. They're not bad players as well. Don't get it twisted. Like they played a really good game today. We just should have played a hell of a lot better, and we didn't. Which is why, even though we've won, it does feel like a loss to a certain extent because of the way that we played.
Did you know you could have done better? Yeah.
Oh, 100%. It put it like this: we shouldn't be in any sort of overtime with it. No offense to them, guys.
No.
They're a good team, a good set of players, but we shouldn't be in an overtime with them.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, me and Louis said that quite early on into the day as well. That realistically, on paper, this should be a relatively easy game for you guys. Obviously, we were all very shocked with the start of Overpass as well, with the 7-0 scoreline, the way that started. Was there anything on your guys' perspective that really went wrong there, or was it just because you guys were just not in the swing of things quite early on into it?
I mean, like I said before, we don't really play Overpass, so it was kind of we were kind of pugging it out. After those 7 rounds, we kind of realised what they were doing. They had that fast mid take with the toilets and Guardian smoke.
Yeah.
They kind of took short control really heavy. Like we started to figure them out after 7 rounds. I think we finished at half 8-7, right? Or
Yeah,
something
you took 10 rounds
Yeah.
back to back off the back of that. So you
Yeah,
guys
so-
clearly like worked out what was going on. It just
Yeah.
seemed it was a bit of a surprise, not for only us, but I feel like a lot of people that it was
Oh, no,
7 rounds back to back.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It would look a bit like a bit of a surprise, but at the end of the day, these things happen. You know what I mean?
It
Like,
does.
as long as we, kept a level head and actually problem solved, which is what we did. It's not a problem going 7 rounds down. At the end of the day, the end scoreline is the only score that matters.
And exactly. And like you said, there were some sloppy things, but I feel like you guys need to take it in your stride. You guys secured the upper bracket final. You secured your place at Big Fest. Is there anything you want to say? Final words? It's all or?
Nothing. Just going to repeat what I said last week. Again, huge thanks to Revenge, giving us the opportunity to play under him. Been a great org so far, doing a lot for us, and we really highly appreciate that. And thanks for everybody at Esports Scotland. It's been a great tournament so far that you've run, and I'm looking forward to the grand finals as well.
Thanks, Shoobie. Much appreciated, dude. And best of luck in those finals themselves.